Every day I get on this bus. Every day I see the same people. The guy sitting in front of me now with a brownish cap and an old worn out coat. This is the exact same spot he sits in every day without fail. The same book he reads each time, getting a little closer to the end. The old guy sitting to the left of me in the exact same spot every day. He does nothing other than just stares blankly out of the window like he is tired of life. I can sense a deep and sad, lonely feeling emanating from him, like he has just recently lost someone he loved. The guy sitting behind me, right at the back, a young guy in his early 20s, constantly making phone calls and blowing out loud rap music on his Beats headphones. You can sort of tell how everyone despises the guy with the amount of loud and obnoxious phone calls he has with his mate Derek. AJ, the bus driver, a very friendly guy, everyone knows him, a Turkish guy who came to this country about a year ago. He is very dedicated to his job and always strikes up a conversation with someone. But the reason I'm here today is for her. The same reason I am every other day, not to go home and relax after a long day at work like any usual person on this bus. No, I have been watching her for a while. She leaves her house at 8:30, walks the 10-minute walk to the bus stop, gets on the bus at 8:50 and then travels to work. She then gets to work at 9:20 to her job as a secretary. From then on she works most of the day until her 20-minute lunch break at 1 o'clock. She then gets back to work at 1:20 and then works for the rest of the day till 7 o'clock. After this she walks to her local coffee shop and orders a medium latte. From then on she finishes her latte and heads off to the bus stop. She arrives at the bus stop at 7:45 and gets on the bus. I have remembered her exact routine. I know when she gets off the bus and when she arrives at her house. She usually gets off at the stop just before her house because she fancies a peaceful, brisk walk before she gets back. So that will give me enough time to sneak into her house and find a good hiding spot. I usually like hiding under their beds. I personally think that's the best spot. You can listen to every breath they take, a human body pulsating with life, not even knowing how close they are to a very brutal and painful death. Plus I've done it hundreds of times before. She sleeps like a baby. Sometimes when she is in a deep sleep, I stand and watch her. Just before I leave through her bedroom window, she is absolutely beautiful. It's funny how I've known all these people for about a year now, and not one of them has ever spoken to me. Nobody knows what kind of fucked up things I've done in my life, let alone the sorts of crazy things that go on in such a normal looking person's head. Anyways, she has just got on the bus now. I can see her talking to the driver. She's going to sit where she has done for the past year now, right on the third row of seats to the left. I always get a perfect view of her long, dark, luscious hair. She looks so oblivious to what is about to come. A few minutes have passed, and the annoying guy on the phone and the elderly man have just been dropped off at their stops. Next stop, her stop. As she gets off the bus, I go over the drill of how I will get into her house. She usually leaves her bedroom window wide open to air the room, so that's how I'm getting in. The driver drives off and eventually stops at the final stop. I say thanks to the driver and me and the guy with the cap gets off. The guy with the cap goes in the complete opposite direction to me, so I won't have to worry about him watching me sneak into her house. The street is completely empty now. An eerie silence shapes the street with the cool winter's air caressing my face. I make a swift 5-minute walk to her house and walk round the back. I can see the window right above me. I climb up the bins onto a small extension of the house. I then slowly but cautiously crawl through her window. I'm in. I can see her through the window now, walking towards the house. I quickly rush around to try and find the perfect hiding spot. Before I hide, I select my weapon of choice, which is my trusty cheese wire, and then swiftly sneak off into the cupboard. I hear her enter through the front door. I am shaking due to all the excitement. I have been itching for this kill ever since I first laid eyes on her. Just the thought of the wire going around her throat, choking the very life and soul out of her body, excites me. I can hear her now. She is coming up the stairs. She enters the room. I can see her through the slit of the cupboard. She flicks on the light to her room and walks straight to the window. I could just imagine dropping the heavy-set window right on her neck, instantly snapping it. It would be an accident. She just so happened to be leaning out of the window when suddenly it slides down, instantly killing her. No, I thought to myself, it would still be a bit suspicious. I might as well stick to the original plan. She just about shut the window and was about to get undressed. The perfect time to strike, I thought to myself. Just as she was taking off her skirt, I looked to my left. 2 sets of yellow, piercing eyes staring back at me. I jumped a little. She didn't hear me. I quickly flicked on the light of my phone and shined it to my left. What I saw was a scene from a horror film. 2 mutilated, fresh corpses hung up in the cupboard like a couple of 3-piece suits, completely drained of their blood. It was even more fucked up than the type of stuff I'd ever done before. I looked back out of the slit, holding my breath of fear. I can see her standing there, staring right at me. She smiles. The hunter has now become the hunted. I have waited for you, Jacob, she says, smiling at me. I stay silent. Do you think the whole time you have been watching me, I have been completely oblivious to your presence? How stupid do you think I am? She moves closer to the cupboard. I am shocked to move. She doesn't move. She hovers. Oh my God, what is she? As she gets closer, I can see her eyes. She is not human. I try to make a run for it, but as I do, the 2 mutilated corpses spring to life and grab me. I can't move. The grip is too strong. I am now panicking. She hovers closer and clicks her fingers. The cupboard door flings open with a gust of air, exposing my presence. She looks at me and laughs. There you are. As she utters the words and laughs, I can see her teeth grow longer, like sharp little needles. She stops laughing and looks back at me with her demonic eyes. She stares deep into my very soul and says, I am very, very hungry.